This episode is called Robotnik Jr., which after the last episode, I would like to ask for just about anything else, please. No more babies! The episode begins with Robotnik, Scratch and Grinder preparing a trap for Sonic. Good on Robotnik for joining the Dumbbots this time. He doesn't do much though. Still lets Scratch and Grinder do the grunt work, which surprisingly actually works. Sonic pretty much gets stopped by the thing too. Does this count as the entrapment scene? There's a couple other spots that are almost there if you want to count them, but nothing is a perfect fit, so mark your cards if you want. No jail cells or anything. Sonic gets out anyway, and the robots end up sucking Robotnik down to the ground instead. And welcome back to Statue Watch. We have two statues this time. 29-1 is probably the more interesting one just because it's at night, and unlike episode 22 here, we actually get a bit of a moonlight sheen, whereas 22 is just mostly black with a little bit of color highlight. Now, like, this one's way more detailed, and I actually like it quite a bit, despite it being a smear frame. 29-2 is just a generic Robotnik statue. I actually thought it was a direct copy of episode 20 over there first, but I do think the color is slightly different, but that's about the only difference. Everything else about it's the exact same. You could probably convince me it's a recolor. Anyway, back to the episode. Robotnik's very angry this time, so much so that he won't even let Scratch and Grinder in the base. Robotnik just monologues himself into wanting to build a sun. There's no build up to this, it just comes out of nowhere. He's convinced this sun will do whatever Robotnik tells him to do, which, yep, I think we all know where this one's gonna end. We cut to Robotnik finishing the construction of his sun. Wow, that was fast. Scratch and Grinder break back into the base, despite Robotnik clearly not wanting them around to apologize. And Robotnik uses the opportunity to gloat. Robotnik Jr., which for the rest of the video, I'll just be referring to as Jr., spray paints a kick me sign on Robotnik's pants. The 90s were truly a different time. For some reason, Robotnik isn't even all that mad at Jr. Rather, he takes pride in Jr. acting like himself at that age. Robotnik offers a new Eggmobile to Jr., though he insists on stealing it anyway, which makes Robotnik even more proud. And Robotnik takes Jr. camping next with Robotnik being evil by building a road and threatening to build an airport. I feel like this isn't supposed to come across as all that evil, but as someone that lives close to the airport and reporting dates and times have been tripped up more than once because of them, yeah, building an airport for the sake of noise pollution is pretty dang evil. Sonic and Tails see what is going on, with Sonic running off to stop Scratch and Grinder from building the road. He puts on a disguise too, you know the rest. Sonic uses the steamroller to ruin Robotnik's camping trip, which feels kind of uncalled for. Steamroller aside, they were just relaxing. Come on, Sonic. Robotnik is left furious as Jr. is just confused. Robotnik lectures Jr. on his newest plane to stop Sonic as Jr. spits at him. That's the entire scene here. Now, seeing the plane in action, Sonic willingly runs into the trap. No, really, he just goes in knowing what it is, as Scratch and Grinder still somehow fail and crash into the maze. Sonic busts out because of course, but Jr. unveils that he built his own trap and locks Sonic within that, in the sewer. Scratch and Grinder seal Sonic down there as Jr. requests that they are punished as the team is no longer necessary. So Robotnik puts them on laundry duty. Isn't that what they were doing the last episode? Sonic spins his way out of the sewer to meet with Tails. Meanwhile, Scratch and Grinder are doing their new job and hate it so much that they declare as soon as the wipes are done, they are going to get revenge on Jr. Robotnik is gushing over Jr., so he tells him that he will reward him with a fishing trip and stupidly says he will have Scratch and Grinder take him on the trip. Reminder, everyone in this show is an idiot. We see the fishing trip with Scratch and Grinder tricking Jr. into a bunch of cement. Jr. calls for help, which prompts Sonic to intervene. Jr. is pulled out, still covered in cement, with Scratch and Grinder being covered in cement as well. Jr. is now almost cement-free somehow. As Sonic comes over to talk to him and try to convince him he's in the wrong crowd. It mostly falls on deaf ears, though he doesn't completely hate Sonic anymore, so progress? Robotnik comes to pick up Jr. and woefully the robots too. Robotnik is plotting revenge for Sonic, somehow, as Jr. tries to correct him saying that Sonic saved him. This leads Robotnik to think that he's sick, and the robots play along to not get found out. So another revenge scheme ensues with a massive laser beam. Jr. breaks free of his bondage and flies out between Sonic and the beam to try to stop his father. It might have actually worked, but Scratch activates the machine anyway. Not that it matters, Sonic destroys the machine effortlessly. The episode ends with Robotnik and Jr. disowning each other as Jr. firmly joins Sonic's side. Too bad the show is probably never going to mention him again. The Sonic says is about peer pressure, featuring Jr. It's fine. As for the episode, it's another forgettable one. There's nothing offensively bad in it, aside from some dated jokes, but that doesn't really save the episode from being a blob of nothingness. Oh well, at least there's no babies. I will take what I can get with that. Until next time, take care, stay safe, have a good one. Bye-bye!